Wow. I was thinking this.
Everybody is thinking like that. That's why I'm using
I
this
was,
way.
I was thinking, why you want to see
Why
this
this
building?
is such a big...
Wow, wow, wow. It's a good time for the picture.
God bless you. How much do you need? How much?
Excuse me. Help me, please.
People start singing.
You are Orthodox or
Yeah, we are Orthodox. Majority of the population, 80% of the people, approximately, are Orthodox Christians. Okay, guys, it's a bit hard to hear me, but I'll try. I just cannot speak more loudly because then they will tell me something. In our churches, we don't have seats, as you see, and during our praying time, we're just standing and listening to the praying like this. For 2-3 hours, we're just standing. Of course, there is some parts when you need to kneel down, but most of the time, we're just standing and listening to the praying like that. We have three main things inside the church. That's the space for the priest. That one with the door. So the door is opening, priest is coming, he's spreading the holy water, he's starting praying. Then during the Sunday, we're also getting the bread and the wine, which is the similar as a Catholic thing. Actually, like between Catholic and Orthodox, not a lot of things are different, or most of the things are similar. It's just our interior is different. Our some kind of like these church structures are different. I mean, the priest, for example, for our priest, they can have family. The priest, for the priest, is like a second job to come inside the church and pray like that. For the monk, it's not allowed, but for the priest, is allowed. For Catholics, it's not like that. Even for the priest, it's not allowed. But like, if you will tell about other things, I can say Orthodox Church is a bit more strict than Catholic. Even like this standing, it's pretty hard. Like we're listening to the prayer like that. Then we always have the middle picture. Middle picture is the icon about something. And when you're going inside the church, first you need to say hello to this middle picture, middle icon, hurry a little bit, and then go for other icons. And then we always have this chair, which is for the main priest. So Catholics, they have their own main priest, leader of the churches. It's Pope, right? But because we're Orthodox Christians, every Orthodox country, they have their own leader of the churches, and it's called Patriarch. So our Patriarch is Ilya II. He's the most trusted and most respected person in Georgia. And when he's visiting church, he needs to sit on this chair. So people around him, one by one, they are going, kissing his arm, kissing his cross, which he usually holds, and it means that they are getting blessed from him. So this chair you will see almost every church. There's like several churches where this chair is not, because it's too little church. That's why, only that reason. Otherwise, this chair has to be everywhere. Then we have the icon and paintings. Painting are very important to say because, for example, Russians, they are also Orthodox Christian, but their interior is totally different from ours. So they don't have paintings and frescoes on the wall. For us, we have to have. And that's Jesus painting and other things down. That I actually just paid for that, so it was moving, and that's how. But it almost finished. Like they were painting this one more than 1 year. It will take a lot of time, but all this wall will be covered with different kind of frescoes from the Bible then or Georgian saint like that. But all the walls has to be covered with different paintings. Our exterior is very simple. Some little decorations. It's not colorful outside. That's what I meant in simple. But for Russian people, for Russian churches, it's more colorful outside than inside. So, and they have different roofs. For us, it's a triangle roof. For them, it's rounded shaped roof, and that roof itself is colorful. It's very beautiful churches. Russian churches are very beautiful. It's just Georgian and Russian is totally different from each other. Design, but we are like both Orthodox, like Georgia and Russia is Orthodox. Armenians, they are also Christians, but they have their own apostolic church. So still there is some differences between Orthodox and the apostolic church. And this icon, it's important to know, this is Saint Nino. You will meet her icon almost every church because of her with Christians. In 4th century, she came here from Cappadocia and she started spreading Christianity. Before, as I told you, we were praying for different kind of idols and moon and for the sun. And there was other saints who were preaching Christianity, but it was not that hard that it didn't become an official religion. Only when she came here, she showed a lot of miracles, especially to King Miriam, who was king during that time in 4th century. She cured her wife who had very bad diseases and nobody was able to like cure her, and he asked to say, if you're gonna heal my wife, then I will start believing your new religion. So she did that, and then King Miriam allowed her to spread Christianity. So Christianity became official religion in Georgia in 4th century, one of the oldest country who started Christianity after Greece. And the cross which is holding, this is our Georgian traditional cross, because Saint Enoch, she made this cross with a great tree, and she tied with her own hair. So we always painting her with this cross, and this cross is also our church flag symbol, which is behind you. Church flag. We're using the same cross what Saint Enoch is holding, because this is considered as the first cross, our first cross, and that one is a Georgian flag. And the alphabet, what you see on the wall, that one is the old alphabet, which we are not using anymore. Our alphabet changed 3 times. We have our own Georgian alphabet, 33 letters, but this alphabet changed 3 times. Nowadays, we're not using this alphabet outside, only inside the churches, because most of the things are already written in the old alphabet. We're still rewriting on the walls with the same alphabet. So the names of the saints and this praying, everything is in old alphabet. bit. And another thing I will tell you, these icons have this kind of notes, papers, which you see on the next to the icon. The thing is, it's almost impossible to remember all this praying, because other than these Bible saints and Bible praying, we also have our own Georgian saints, and every saint and every icon, they need to have their own particular praying. So it's almost impossible. And if you forget your special like praying book, then you can come inside the church and read that note and pray correctly according to church. Of course, everybody can pray how they want. Nobody will like catch you. But then if you want to like do how it has to be done inside the church, then you can just read that notes and pray correctly. Now, because we are praying here, and I cannot really talk there, because if I will talk, they will be very angry at me. I just want to. Oh, before we will go to that icon, let's tap here. This is just another like important fact that maybe you have to know about Georgia. Here, from the past time till now, this Georgian man and Georgian woman, somehow it became very equal, because we were always very little population, and we were always under the attack of the different kind of empires or enemies, invasions. We always needed to protect our families, our like sons and daughters and country itself. So Georgian women was always very powerful, like men. They were going out in the war. They were also like warriors. That's why Mother of Georgia has the sword. Very, very strong character. And this means a lot for us that in 12th century we had the golden period, the best period for the country, when woman was ruling the country. This is Tamar, the king. We're not calling her queen, we're calling her the king. This is Tamar King, and she was the king during 12th century, and during that time it was a golden period for this country. It means for every Georgian people, it means a lot that golden period we had when the woman was ruling the country. So some people they are asking me if Mother of Georgia is the same woman, Tamar. You can consider like that, because Mother of Georgia is just general Georgian woman symbol, just character of Georgian woman symbol. So you can also consider Tamar the king. So Tamar icon we have inside the church, because when public figure, king, or even writer was contributing his or her life to country, to religion, to church, then it was a very common thing to give them the status of saint. So Tamar is not only king for us in historical character, but it's also saint. So that's why we have her icon here. Now we can go there.
Where's your semi-precious stone for the candle? Semi-precious stone for the candle.
Semi-precious stone for the king.
Is this also gold? I think so, right?
This one is also covered. Most of that they make the very fancy church. Another difference between Catholic and Orthodox, by the way, is those Jesus on the cross we're making with the straight leg. It's not the crossed one. In Catholic, it's crossed.
Oh, I see.
Nothing means that it doesn't mean anything, but it's still different. So.
exit?
No, that one is the official entrance. There. The same way
Same
how
entrance, yeah.
that is with that you can go to other places of the church. It's a big complex. It's not only one church, but they also have academy where students can study theological studies. I mean about Christianity. They also have another churches like out there too, and residence of patriarch. So it's not only like, and when it's celebration time, this whole area can accommodate up to 50,000
Really? Wow.
persons. So yeah, it's a lot of people when it's Christmas.
So
or
this is the
Easter.
popular church in Georgia.
Yeah, the most popular one. And you can see all the icons, like just observe. Like this one is one of my favorite. It's really nice. And we have this kind of box too. We have two kind of notes. One is for alive people, and another one is for the people who already passed away. And we're writing the names and the surnames. So before praying, priest is taking these notes and they are mentioning those people. So it means that they are blessing. So you can see how many people.
Oh,
And there's a bread, the special bread which they are baking here. There's a Jerusalem market there.
wow. What is this?
Jerusalem.
Oh, it's big,
Yeah.
very big, huh?
Yeah,
More
every
than two.
Christian person dream is to go to Jerusalem. So, and here we have some different kind of saint body parts. You can check from this side too. You can see skull. This is very common thing. This one is a skull of Afghania. So this is very common thing to keep these body parts of the saints inside the church. We also have sometimes the graves inside the church underground.
It's very big, huh?
Yeah. That one is a bell tower and it's a manual, so people they are going up there ringing the bells. And all these crosses down there, you see those pillars? Every cross is different from each other. The height of this church is 87 from ground. And there's a cross also, which was very difficult to put on the top of the roof. And that roof is also covered.